Hey everyone, today I'm recreating the look that defined the early 2000s teen drama and gave us one of the most relatable versions of Superman we've ever seen, and that is Tom Welling, who played Clark Kent in Smallville. I've gotten so many requests for this over the years, so I decided to do it. As you all know, and if you don't, I'm actually going back to my roots, doing a lot of the celebrity haircuts and recreations that really helped me start my channel 15 years ago. So this haircut wasn't the polished Superman that we knew from the comics or big budget films. This was a young Clark, grounded, uncertain, trying to figure out who he was, and that's what made his hair, of all things, so memorable. The Smallville cut became iconic. Why? Because it wasn't really super flashy. It was real, clean, structured, a little messy, and it walked the line between a boy next door and a guy destined for greatness. It told a story, subtle but powerful, and that's what I'm trying to do, is bring into this video is that kind of look. So to begin, you see I start off right in the front, and it depends on the professional, but I was like, I want to get these bangs right out of the way, so I really want to get the flow going right out of the gate. And one of the things that made Tom Welling's haircut stand out was how well it framed his face. Very square jaw, strong cheekbones, but never really harsh. The sides need to sit close, but not super tight. No skin fades, no clippers. I'm using basically shears the entire thing. And, maybe it's slightly shorter around the ear area, a light taper, but nothing really crazy. The top is a bit longer, so it's got more of a soft, wearable, true to that early 2000s texture. On camera, his hair always had motion. It never looked really stiff or perfect. So I'm avoiding clippers altogether. I'm sticking with 100% shears, like I mentioned, to maintain a natural, soft, grown-in feel. And if you are going to a barber, I would highly suggest going to a hairstylist for this, or someone, if they're a barber, that really understands cutting full scissor cuts and keeping the hair slightly longer on top. So the top is really where the personality of the haircut lives. Tom Welling's Clark character had longer length on the top, styled with intention but not overdone. And sometimes it had more of a harsher part line, but it was really soft, right? It wasn't like a super slick back or messy spiked up style. It was that casual swoop, often falling into place just enough to look cinematic. So I made sure that I preserved the length throughout the fringe and the top and the crown area, cutting basically blunt and making sure that I had an even shape throughout the entire haircut. Now, his hair was always layered, but never thinned out to the point where it looked very wispy. That's the key, is you want to maintain that texture that supports the volume, right? So when the light hits it, it shows more dimension, and that's what made this look really work well on camera. So when it comes to making sure that the whole thing is layered and properly balanced, it really comes down to also your hair type. This works great on straight hair with maybe some light texture, aka a light wave, nothing crazy, but really straight hair, this works good. And also making sure that you have a lot of hair. So I used Tidal Wave when I styled this. I wanted to give it kind of a lived-in, natural, soft texture. I blow-dried it, and, blow-drying it really is about making it somewhat perfect, but not perfect, but getting it dry is the goal. And you could also use Tidal Wave and let it air dry. Sometimes I think that may even work the best, right? Just when the hair is damp, spray in some Tidal Wave, scrunch it, let it air dry, and you should be good to go. But I did end up using my new structure styler a very little bit, just to add some natural movement and shape and texture, and also tame down some of the frizz. And I think it worked out really well. Something that's not really doesn't have strong hold, nothing where it's adding a lot of shine, just a very natural look that you can still run your fingers through. And no matter what, when you mess it up, it's going to look very, very natural. And that's, I think, the look that he had as in this character. So what makes this cut timeless is how adaptable it is. Whether you're a teenager trying to find your look or someone older wanting a low maintenance but refined style, the Smallville cut still holds up. It's the perfect medium length option for guys with straight or slightly wavy hair. You don't need a blow dryer all the time. You don't need anything crazy, just a really good shape, a little bit of product, and you're done. And to be honest, part of why this cut still works and it's still with us because it's emotional. Smallville was more than just a show, it was a journey. And if you watch it, it was really about a young man who had struggled with identity, responsibility, love, loss, all while hiding the fact that he wasn't like everyone else. So that's the quiet strength. It came through in the little things, how he spoke, how he carried himself, and even how his hair naturally fell into place. So if you wanted that clean, confident, low effort look that still makes a statement, this is it. Whether you're a Smallville fan or just want a classic haircut, this style delivers. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please make sure you subscribe, comment below if you enjoyed this. Which TV character do you want to see next? And yes, I have a full lineup of ones. I've already done a lot. I have over 3,100 videos on my YouTube channel. So chances are I've done a haircut you want to see. Just type in the name and then add the Salon Guy to it here on YouTube and search for it, and you may find what you're looking for. So remember, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and the best cuts are the ones that feel invisible but leave the biggest impact. So I appreciate you all watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.